Hello, everybody. Senior engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's Thursday night video, we are talking about CRISPR Therapeutics press release, basically giving the business update, their quarterly earnings report, just like they do every quarter. And there's some tidbits here that I think will maybe surprise you, maybe shock you, or maybe is expected. I want to talk about this report here. There's a couple of tidbits, like I said, and the reason why I also want to cover this report is kind of to address some of these naysayers about CASGEVY. I mean, I've been seeing some things. It is quite crazy. I want to take a look at it right now. Let's jump right into it. So, CRISPR Therapeutics provides business updates and reports fourth quarter and full year 2024 financial results. Let's take a look at the key points here. Highlights is where the magic lies, right? So 2025 is poised to be a catalyst-rich year with key updates across several programs. Ongoing launch of CASGEVY continues to gain momentum. New patient collection initiations expected to grow significantly in 2025. More than 50 ATCs have been activated globally for CASGEVY, and more than 50 patients have had their cells collected across all regions at the end of 2024. So, clinical trials ongoing for next generation CAR T product candidates 112, 131. Okay, so updates to 112 expected in mid of this year, and 131 at some point in 2025. So when they say that, it's probably later this year. CRISPR Therapeutics and Nicure Therapeutics Private Limited established a global partnership to co-develop and co-commercialize CTX112 in India. I didn't even know this, guys. I didn't even know this. Do we know any deal on this? Any information on the deal? Probably not. This is just a press release, yeah. I didn't even know this, guys. Anyways, clinical trials ongoing for in vivo gene editing product candidates CTX310, 310, and 320 targeting ANGPTL3 and LPA. First updates expected in the first half 2025, and of course, most importantly, for a lot of investors, unfortunately, the strong balance sheet with approximately $1.9 billion cash as of December 31st of 2024. Okay. So, what do we want to talk about here first? Well, let's talk about that 50 ATCs activated globally, and more than 50 patients have had their cells collected across all the regions. That's a big number, guys. That is nothing to sneeze at. These are big numbers. First of all, they are on track to hit 50 plus ATCs like they did in 2024. And we're looking at maybe 75-ish sometime this year. That's pretty good. Now, second point is more than 50 patients have had the cells collected across all regions. So when you make the basic math, okay, and I've asked people to do that when I read something here. When you make the basic math, guys, we are looking, and let's do the full math here, at $110 million revenue in 2024 alone. And don't forget, this is more than 50 patients. More than 50 patients doesn't mean 50. Could be 51, could be 60, could be 55. I'm going with the bearish case of 50. I should probably add another 2.2 as 51 because that's technically the right minimum number. So $112 million revenue. Now, obviously, 60% goes to Vertex, 40% goes to CRISPR Therapeutics. But as a joint program, that's a big number for the first year. First year commercialization, $112 million. Now, think about this. And a lot of people are saying, well, they may go to maybe another. If you say grow significantly, there is absolutely no way that in 2025 you're only getting 50 plus patients. There is no way. You're not going to say these words. This is kind of being disingenuous to the public markets. You may even be sued, actually, I could argue, if you start saying that you're going to have significantly growth in 2025 and only add 50 patients. Where am I going with this? Is that I think as a bear case, you can probably say they're going to add significantly more, means probably close to double to maybe 100 more patients. If we did the math here, I mean, it's a basic math, but this is $220 million revenue in 2025 alone. Now, I think that's quite bearish. I don't think they're just going to double. I think with more ATCs and so on, with the experience they've racked up since 2024, since 2023, really, end of 2023 when it was first commercially available, I think they've racked it up. There's obviously economies of scale. I think as a base case, I think they're going to dose about 150 patients. I mean, obviously, these are numbers I'm throwing here, but there's a point I'm doing this exercise in front of you guys. That's 330 million revenue. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's really impressive. For one single program, in the second year of its commercial release, you're hitting 330 million. That's pretty good. Now, I think as a bullish case, I think they're hitting well over 200. And that means, of course, we are looking at, let's do it, sorry. Oh my God. Let's do it here. Let's do it properly here. 440 million. So almost half of $1 billion in 2025 alone. I think they're going to crush those numbers in 2026. But 2025, I think that's a big number. And for people to say that, oh, they're only going to do 100 more patients or 150 more patients, that's a lot of money. You got to remember, 2.2 million per patient, USD. That's pretty big. Now, let's move on to the next programs here. So there's CTX 112, CTX 131, giving us updates sometime 2025, respectively. Look, I'm really excited for both of these programs. I think CAR-T is obviously the future to fight cancer cells. I'm not so sure if investors are focused on these programs. They should be, technically, but I think people are more just focused on CASGEVY. I think it's an amazing thing what they're doing. They're putting their cash into play here, and I think they're exploring a noble market here, because cancer cells, I mean, you got to tackle that. And if they can crack that with one of these programs, or both of them potentially, I think it's a big success for CRISPR Therapeutics. You move on to their next release here, their press release, which is their partnership. I didn't even know this, guys. This is pretty big. India, they want to crack this oncology and autoimmune disease in India using Nuke Therapeutics Private Limited. So it looks like obviously it's a private company here. Maybe. Yeah, so it looks like this is all about, they're big on NK cell based therapies, which I'm not that surprised. Kind of reminds me of Sana Biotechnology and that world, what they're doing. But anyhow, this is pretty good for CRISPR Therapeutics. Love partnerships. I've always said partnerships are the way to go. It's just amazing how they're continuously building these partnerships. And I foresee more of these partnerships coming in 2025, specifically in 2025. Clinical trials ongoing for 310 and 320. This is for their in vivo gene editing product. This is for their heart disease, and expected they're gonna get updates in the first half of 2025. That's pretty good. I'm really happy of that. Heart disease is the leading cause of death in America, so for them to release those clinical product releases updates would be amazing. Now, this chart here I saw on X.com, Jasbinder here, member of our community, and of course posted this, and CRISPR Therapeutics here kind of gave a timeline of 2025 alone, and you can tell Q1 is all about their programs, right? You're getting straight up updates in their CTX 112, just like we talked about. 310, 320, you're getting updates potentially in 2025 some point. In Q3 later this year, you're getting updates on CTX 131. And of course, later we potentially may see regenerative medicine update, just like you see in this chart, of course, from CRISPR Therapeutics. I wish we had a chart for number of patients that we can draw literally, so that investors could actually take these numbers and run away with it. Because, guys, a company worth, what is this company worth right now? Let's take a look here. Worth 3.7 billion, and they may potentially make this much revenue just in that single program. I'm not talking about more deals with partnership. I'm not talking about diluting their stock or whatever. Or making more money, raising cash, or even building, like I said, building partnerships, or even giving up percentage to Vertex for their leading program. $440 million for a program they own. Now, obviously, they only own 40 million of it. So, if you really want to do that exercise here, you should probably do something like so. $176 million in revenue for a company that, think about it. If you take a look, in 2021 was worth multiple time what it is today, and most importantly, they were making this much because they didn't actually have a commercial available product in 2021. Think about what happened since then, and of course you can make the argument, but back then they were overvalued. Look, I'll let the day traders make their thesis on that. I'm just happy to see this press release. I'm just happy about this business update of what these guys are doing. We kind of address some of these other updates they had throughout the last few weeks, like NHS England, the reimbursement agreement they got with Vertex, and of course CRISPR Therapeutics. That was big for England, and of course the UK region as a whole. So this is pretty big, guys. This is nothing to sneeze at. Nothing to sneeze at. So, guys, I'm getting a call here. I don't know who's calling me at 11:20 here. It's getting late here. I wanted to cover here this video, give you the business updates for this company. Just amazed at the beautiful things that they're doing, and I'm really excited for this space, guys. And 2025 is going to be such a big year. So, as always, guys, I will let you guys go. I'm saying bye to you from Toronto. Snowy day. It's like a snow day today. Craziest snowing day in a while. I don't think I've ever seen this much snow since I moved to Toronto 4 years ago. So, as always, guys, subscribe if you're not, like this video, and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Thank you so much.